Right, what I want at this time is for all you fat, out of shape, living in your mom's basement, WWE fanboy sweat hogs to turn the volume up to hear the sound of what a real man sounds like. Hit the music. Okay. I'm the Sultan of Swag. AC. Soldiers of Suit. Hashtag SOS. Like, subscribe, hit the bell, YouTube channel. Subscribe to the YouTube for all the best wrestling commentary content you can get. Soldiers of Shoot, myself, at Bleeding for Truth, at DJ Stames, at Steamtown Stun, with an A, not an R. And for all the militia following us, we love you, baby. And I gotta say, after watching, I watched 5 hours of quote-unquote wrestling or sports entertainment content today. It's amazing I'm still awake. And I gotta say, Steamtown Stunner, Bobby, and Jeff, Bleeding for Truth, Hollywood Edwards, last night, today, it came out, they did a show. And they talked about Raw and the Becky stuff and all that. But the big part about it was the Jay White becoming IWGP Championship. And I'll say this. If you want to hear my thoughts about it, just listen to them because they basically nailed every aspect of it that I would ever give to you. So listen to that show. Check it out. They get into it, 7-8 minutes in and talk to Jay White, talk to New Japan, and they nailed it. Nailed it to a T. No more to say. I want to take a different angle on this show, and I know I've been very on attack of the sheep of the universe. Because they like to call us sheep, so, I mean, listen. Whatever. I've been on the attack mode. And I'm going to stay with that attack mode. And I'm going to stay with it in this aspect of where do you go from here considering it's so bad? You know, part of me almost wants Ruby Riott to beat Ronda Rousey and Ruby Riott to defend the Raw Women's title on a pre-show against Charlotte Flair. Because that's where they have me at with this program right now. That's where the WWE, that's where Vincent Kennedy McMahon, the genius, has brought us with all this nonsense. You had a ready-made story, a ready-made main event. The story told itself. You didn't have to get cute with it. I want to meet the 40-year-old virgins they have writing for the WWE. I mean, give me a stinking break with this company already. Let me ask you a question. Take the blinders off for a second. Is there anybody out there that actually thinks what you watched the last 2 days, over 5 hours of content, and think it was good? I had a friend text me, well, the title match was, the Raw's tag team title match was spectacular. Yippee. Hashtag fuck the Revival. Oh, the Revival asked for their release. Now they have the tag titles around their waist. Yeah. If that was a year ago, they'd be booked for WrestleFest with AEW in Danbury next month. Let's be honest. Real talk. Get the fuck out of here with that. Listen, guys, I keep it real. That's what I do. I don't beat around the bush. I'm a fan of toxic masculinity. Listen, I'm not going to hold your hand and make you feel sad and, oh my God, how are we going to save WrestleMania? It's unsavable. They may find a way to get to Ronda versus Becky, but they've totally destroyed what was an easy sell already. The tapping at the Royal Rumble, the apology, the nonsense with VKM. And let's be honest now. When VKM comes out and starts stumbling over his words, is that not a microcosm of the problem in that company? The scripted nonsense that they shove down your throat week after week after week after week, and the repetitiveness and the boring and the nothing to really hold your hat on. And there's talents there I love to death. I love Leo Rush. I've been a Leo Rush fan before 97% of you listening to this even knew who the fuck he was. And don't tell me I wasn't, because there's many evidence across cyberspace that will prove you wrong. Honestly, if you're an old school Cool Down with AC listener, the first time you heard of Leo Rush was probably from me. And I'm not saying that. I know. Edwards is like, oh, the head won't even fit through the door. No, that's not the point. The point being was, there was a point in time where I went to so many shows and saw so many guys and saw all these guys stand out. And I begged Lombardi to book them on NEW, and I seen them in all different places, and I love the fact when they're doing great in their wrestling business. But the fact of the matter is, I saw Leo Rush a long time ago. This is not a surprise for me. I think Leo Rush is doing well given what he has to work with. I think he could do better. He maybe will do better, maybe he won't. It's probably out of his hands at this point. I mean, when the top guy comes out and stumbles over as a scripted bullshit promo, I'm not even gonna get mad at Ronda Rousey anymore for smiling on her way to the ring octagon. Ready-made story. The global star, the baddest woman on the planet, quote unquote. Let's be honest, in a wrestling sense. Because if you're a real fight fan, you know how it ended for Ronda in the real world. But I don't think that translated to the wrestling world. So I think there's a big portion of the wrestling world that truly believes she's the baddest woman on the planet. So that part of the story, and let's face it, she's still the biggest, she's the second biggest MMA star ever, and she's by far the biggest women's MMA star ever. Maybe the biggest women's athlete ever. Facts. I would put her over anybody but Conor. She's not over Conor. Nobody's over. Conor is on another level. But she's not over Conor, but she's over everyone else, which is crazy. But that's who Ronda Rousey is. So you have that. And then you have the white hot Goldberg, Austin type with Becky Lynch. What more did you need? Build them strong. Set up the clash. Honestly, I would have done it title versus title for a unified champion, and then had one champion on Raw and have the tag champion on the other show, or have the title on Raw and have the tag champion on SmackDown, or have the champion on SmackDown, have the tag title on Raw. That's how I would have done it. I would have unified the titles. I would have made this title versus title. I would have sold this as a realish, idea, the big fight feel. You didn't need the McMahon's involvement in this. You didn't need Flair. I'm going to tell you this right now. I don't care if you put it on the pre-show. I don't care if you open the show with it. I don't care if you do it a mid-card. I don't care if you do it as the main event. If you do a match between Ronda Rousey and Charlotte Flair, you better turn the microphones off. It's going to get booed out of the fucking building. No matter where you place it, no matter how you present it, no matter what you do with it, it's getting booed out of the building. And honestly, I don't think a three-way is going to go over that well either. You found your way out of the tap out. Find your way out of this tap out. Ronda, Becky. That's your main event. Especially now. Where's Brock? If Brock's not there every week, selling himself as the main event for WrestleMania, who's the main event for WrestleMania? Ronda and Becky. There is no other main event. There is no other. And all this other nonsense and bringing Stephanie and Triple H into it is utter nonsense. Again, I want to meet the 40-year-old virgins who are writing this garbage, who think this is good. And if you're entertained by it, I got to question what do you like on TV? Are you that loyal to the WWE that it's okay? That makes you the sheep. I'll say it again. You are the sheep. Well, it's got to be good. Vince McMahon did it. I'm going to dress up in a white suit and carry a tennis racket and call myself Joe. It's 1983, you know. Kayfabe's not dead. Give me a break. They went out of their way to push the women on both shows. And listen, this is not a vendetta against women's wrestling. I'm a proponent of it. I had a daughter that was training to be a women's wrestler. I love Mickie James. I love Velvet Sky. Tessa Blanchard. AEW. Hello, Tessa Blanchard. Maybe. And there was a lot of talk on the 1648 airwaves and beyond that on Cool Truth with myself and Hollywood Edwards about Becky Lynch. We've been on the Becky Lynch train for a long, long time. It's out there in cyberspace, baby. You can't replace the facts. You can't replace the commentary. We were there. I mean, and Edwards brought this up before I did. He also was the one that said she would be buried quickest, and up until now, that was the case. But the bottom line is you have a white hot star. You have a global superstar. And you have a fan base that is easily to believe that she's the baddest woman on the planet. And you don't have a main event if they are not the main event. You don't have a main event. So what are you going to do with this story? And if you can make it worse by the minute, show-wise, story-wise, I mean, you don't even need help. Becky Lynch should have walked out to that ring and Stone Cold Stunnered Triple H Stephanie McMahon smashed some beers, threw some middle fingers out, and said, fuck you. Instead, she apologizes only to have the 70-something-year-old boss of bosses come out and say he's the man and she's not, and stumble over his words, and put in the last person that anybody wants to see in this main event. And it's nothing, again, it's nothing against Charlotte Flair. I actually like Charlotte Flair. I actually think that Charlotte Flair is perfect for the WWE. But she's not perfect for the story they need to tell, for the main event they need to put on. And that's that. So this is really just a quick hitter to follow up my other shows on the Becky, Ronda, Charlotte main of WWE WrestleMania main event controversy that I've been kind of commenting on the whole time. So I'm going to jump on here every chance I get and comment on it. Obviously, there's a lot of other things we could cover. I'll probably do a post elimination chamber show, which will touch on other things as far as we know, that main event won't be really. Well, I mean, I guess if Ruby Riott won, there could be a story there. If that happened, I mean, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you with that. But switching gears here a little bit, they covered the Jay White being IWGP champion, Edwards and Steamtown Stunner, Bobby Ventura. They covered that on a show. Check it out right here on the Soldiers of Shoot YouTube channel. Like, subscribe, hit the bell, follow the content, share it. Tell your sisters, tell your wives, tell your husbands, tell your cousins, tell your friends, especially the hot ones, to follow the Captain of Swag. And I think they covered all those points. Again, like I said earlier in the show, they hit everything. So I'd rather have you listen to them cover that than have myself cover this. I want to jump to another gear here, to a wrestler that's near and dear to me that I followed for a long time and talked about a lot on podcasts in the past, and is a guy that I followed that I've been around a lot in the wrestling industry, and he's headed back to Japan with another guy that you heard on my airwaves, TK Orion, and another guy you've heard on my airwaves, Vinny Marseglia. The Kingdom is headed to Japan. This version of the Kingdom is headed to Japan for Honor Rising, and I couldn't be happier or prouder for these guys. And of course, Matt Taven is the ringleader there. His new look, the idea that he's a top guy in Ring of Honor, chasing the title, and soon to be the face of Ring of Honor and the Ring of Honor champion, which I have no doubt will happen, I think is tremendous for Ring of Honor. I think they need to push it, and I think they need to run with it. And I think they need to go all in on it. And it's not just because I like Matt Taven as a person. It's not just because Matt Taven has been very gracious with me in person. And Edwards and Stames both can attest to that. And that was, our relationship is beyond what it was when they saw us together years ago. But the state where Ring of Honor's at now, they need a new star. They need someone that's going to bring them into, another year here, someone that's going to make them stand out. And I think Matt Taven could be that guy. And I think with them pushing him into this main event caliber matches, pushing him into the championship story, pushing them into Honor Rising. It's a big thing for TK. It's a big thing for Vinny. I love these guys. I followed them since they were babies in the business, especially TK. I saw one of his first matches ever. One of his first podcasting interviews ever was with me. And I've always wanted big things for these guys, and it seems like, with departure, there is opportunity, and they're seizing the moment, and it's awesome. So if you're a Ring of Honor fan and you want to, get into something that's Ring of Honor related, let's get behind the Kingdom here. Let's get behind Taven. Listen, if you're a Jay Lethal fan, I have no problem with that. I have no problem with you supporting Jay Lethal. If there's a better guy to get Taven over as the top guy in Ring of Honor, show him to me, because there isn't. It's got to be Jay Lethal. He's the only guy. He's the only guy they have left. He's the only guy there. He's the only guy that could do it. And I think it's headed to that, and I think it's a good storyline for Ring of Honor, and I think it keeps them in some relevance, and maybe bring some new eyes on it, and maybe they give you something exciting as you wait for AEW here. And listen, I'm a big fan of AEW. I am a big proponent of it. I like the concept, but I don't think we should abandon Ring of Honor, New Japan, and any other wrestling that we like to watch. That's all. I don't think we should abandon that. And that's a lot of what this is about. And listen, I'm obviously a big Taven fan, and I want the best for him. And I think he's headed that way. So, having said that, this is a little quick hitter here. Soldiers of Shoot, Captain of Swag. We out.
Soldiers of